Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. We are your choice for the conservative voice. This is Carol Parisi. Our founder, Jack Roser, and myself have the author of the Illinois Pension Scam book, Mr. Bill Zettler, with us. Bill, what are solutions? What are solutions? Read off some of your points here for our listeners, please.
Well, these are questions to ask. The solution is, I hate to say it, but the defined benefit pension plan is going to end in Illinois because it cannot be paid.
They've made promises that cannot possibly be kept.
And they're solving a problem that doesn't exist. In other words, they say, and they're not even solving that, they say they're solving a $95 billion problem. Moody's says it's $230 billion.
Yeah.
So if they're not solving the $230 billion problem, we're going to be back here in 2 or 3 years. They're going to have another pension reform. I guarantee you there'll be another pension reform if either one of these pass.
Yeah, they call them reforms, but they aren't. They're palliatives that are put on it. And all they're dealing with is the people that are presently on the job. The big disaster is what we owe the generations of people, a row 8 deep, not only of superintendents but teachers, and with the system they set up, I mean, it's just going over the cliff, and there's no question about it. Right. It cannot exist on the pensions that they are already getting. How do you like it that for everybody that's every teacher and every leader, for each one of them, there's a parade of 8 people extending it to infinity practically, getting as much money as the one that's on the job. We're paying 9 times too much just on that many people getting acting as though they were still on the job.
Right, and that number, that's demographic crazy. Number is going to switch. Remember, it won't be many years until there's more retirees than workers.
People should not be retiring at 55. What in the hell is that? The teaching profession is not hard lifting.
Coming from someone who's 89 years old and goes to work every morning, I think that you are a good example to say that too.
I'm lucky, but the things, listen, there's a reason for letting policemen and firemen retire at 55, right, although that's probably too soon. But for the rest of us, our useful life has got to extend with the extension, 20 years in my case, for my cohort from 1923. And all of the cohorts of people that maturing were well able to work to 65 or 70. 55 is outrageous that we are paying for public employees, and that part of the problem they are not making any attempt at all to solve.
Exactly right. Exactly.
So what are the solutions?
The solutions is, Jack is right, you're going to have to work longer. It's going to have to be a 401k. 401k means the state makes a contribution this year and never makes another one for that person for that year. The way it works now, the state makes a contribution for the defined benefit problem. Then if there's not enough money later, you make another contribution and another contribution. So we're making contributions for 1 year over 30 years. Our children will be paying for this, grandchildren.
Well, what lawmakers have the political will to actually take these actions?
There's one thing to say to young people that voted for Obama or the Madigans down there. The Democrats built this problem, and this idiot that we've got for a president has put us even further in debt. And I got just one word to say to the young people that voted for Obama and his ilk: suckers, you're going to pay it.
There's old people that voted for Obama too. My neighbor, 70 years old, across the street, thinks he's doing a fine job. And
they're gonna die, and they won't have to pay it. But the kids are going to live through this crap.
What I said to her, I said, I feel sorry for your grandchildren, don't you?
Yeah.
But Bill, do you think lawmakers have the political will to take the action steps necessary?
Absolutely
I mean, what
not.
kind of compromises can be made?
Absolutely not. They do not have the power to do that. They do not have the will to do that. Michael Madigan is going to do whatever it takes to get something called pension reform, quote unquote,
whatever
so that Lisa Madigan can get elected next year. So there will be a solution soon. That's to get Lisa
They will
elected,
say it's a solution.
but it will not work.
So they're playing politics on taxpayer dollars.
They are lying to us. Let's get it right.
Liars.
What they're saying is doesn't have a chance in hell of turning out that way.
Yes.
It doesn't solve the problem.
Will not work.
They are lying to us. We got hundreds of guys down there. Madigan's running the show. He's run it for 40 years. And he and the rest of them that are pretending they have solutions are lying to us.
Not a political problem.
Not a chance in hell that
Well,
they're
keep
telling
in
the
mind,
truth.
these politicians' pockets have been lined with IEA money. You really believe that they're going to put forth any serious pension reform that'll hurt the unions? Not going to happen.
No. There'll be something. They'll trim around the edges, but the problem will not be solved with any plan that's in Springfield. Right now, we will be back here talking about this again in 2 or 3 years.
So kicking the can down the road, how long is that sustainable for? How long before the whole thing just blows up?
10 years max.
10 years max.
But you're going to know the problem is beyond help in 2 or 3.
And the state cannot go bankrupt. Madigan talks about shoving the thing back to the school districts. That's a damn ploy on his part in the first place. There isn't a chance in hell that he was going to shove the pension plan back to the school districts. Because if he did that, the first thing would happen is your real estate taxes would go to the sky, and all of the homeowners would be what they call underwater on their mortgage payments.
Yeah.
So all these homes would have mortgages that would be a bit larger than what the home is going to sell for, because nobody's going to buy into that pile of crap. There isn't a chance in hell that what he's suggesting could possibly work. He's lying to us. Madigan's lying to us.
We're going to have an Illinois financial reckoning day. People keep leaving Illinois. Bill, we've about 10 seconds before we go to break. What's a quick thought from you about pensions?
Don't believe what's being said in Springfield. Nothing they're saying will work long term.
You know, I say say he's lying to us. What do you say about somebody that's smart enough to know that the plan can't work and he's only solving his own political problem? That ain't a felony. And
it's duplicitous. We're going to hear more from Mr. Zettler in just a minute. Stay with us.